So I'm talking about safety seeking and avoidance behaviours, and particularly in this first part with regards to food. Now, food can play a really big part in an emetophobe's life, and it can have a really huge impact upon them. It can manifest itself in lots and lots of different ways. One being that an emetophobe ends up having such a fear of perhaps being ill from eating food, or from perhaps choking, gagging, those kind of things, that they can really restrict their diet. And it might be that they just end up eating just a few foods, a few different foods, and really having like kind of a safe list, if you like, a list of safe foods that they consider are okay if they eat those. Another way it can manifest itself is limiting where they get their food from. So it might be there's only certain shops that they would consider actually buying food from. It can spread obviously with regards to preparation, sort of checking, double checking if their food is being prepared by somebody else, even if that's a loved one. Sort of watching it, overseeing it, looking at the steps, have you washed your hands? Have you done this? Have you done that? And then to the actual meal itself, sometimes they can restrict the volume of food. So they'll actually sort of have like a really small plate full of food, because they don't want to have that sensation of feeling full, having a sort of full tummy, because then obviously they're worried, well, if I've got a really full tummy, does that mean that I'm going to be poorly? With regards to buying food, sort of checking sell by dates, use by dates, checking them in the shop, then when they get home, checking them again before they put them away, and then even knowing that they've just bought that food, whether it's some meat, some cheese, yogurt, whatever it is, it's then as they go to eat it, even if it's the same day, it's checking it again. Is it in date? And this constant reassurance. And of course, they can use and utilize people around them, and constantly want that reassurance from loved ones that, is this okay? Is it okay to eat this? It can be checking every single mouthful, literally cutting into the food. If it's something like meat, checking, is it, what color is it? Making sure it's not pink. Is this cooked enough? Showing somebody every single mouthful before they eat it. It can extend itself, of course, to food that you haven't cooked. And, maybe the idea of going to a restaurant is just a no-no. They can't eat out. They can't go anywhere where they can't see food being prepared, or they don't know who's preparing it. So, of course, that has far wider reaching implications to not only themselves, but to their family, to their loved ones, depending on what their job is. It could be, I can't go to that conference, I can't go to that event, and sort of making excuses. In some extreme cases, it can even lead to people sort of leaving a job, leaving a profession, in which they're expected to socialise and to eat with other people, and those kind of things. So that's just one aspect of this sort of avoidance or safety behaviours that can affect an emetophobe with regards to food. If any of this sounds familiar to you, I'd absolutely love to have a chat. So get in touch, click the link in the bio, click subscribe, and we can have a chat, because it absolutely is possible to overcome this phobia and have a healthy relationship with regards to food.